Good morning, students. This is Asha, your social science teacher. We have started chapter 3 in geography, chapter 3 in history, the Delhi Sultans, and we discussed about Delhi as a capital, sources of information, about the history. We discussed Tawariks, and we studied about 4 stages of making manuscripts, and we discussed Delhi rulers. We have discussed Rajput rulers, slave dynasty, and in yesterday's lecture we discussed about Khilji dynasty. We discussed about the women rulers and how the Sultanate period expansion of empire took place. We discussed about internal frontiers and external frontiers as well, and Khilji dynasty was discussed yesterday. Today we are going to discuss Tughlaq dynasty. So children, Ghazi Malik put an end to Khilji dynasty and he took the title of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq Shah and became king and started the Tughlaq dynasty. He conducted campaigns against Warangal, Orissa, Bengal to expand his kingdom. So we already discussed that Khilji, Balban and Tughlaqs, they expanded their kingdom a lot. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq died in 1325, and then came Muhammad Tughlaq. He became the ruler. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was a great scholar and the only sultan to have received good education. He was often being described as mixture of opposites. That we'll discuss why mixture of opposites. He was kind as well as cruel. He was wise, yet at times he behaved unwisely that resulted in great misery. So we'll discuss why he was considered like this. So the first thing, taxation in Doab. So the territory between Ganga and Yamuna was considered very fertile and is also known as Doab. Ab means water, Doab means area between two rivers. So Ganga Yamuna rivers were there. So that area, two rivers were there, very fertile. In order to increase revenue, what Muhammad bin Tughlaq did, he increased the rate of tax and ordered his official to strictly collect it. And he ordered increase in tax in the time when there was already a famine and no rains. So as his officials were strictly collecting, so many villages ran to forest, and in turn there was no crop production that year. So increasing of tax plus putting an strict instruction to collect it made this problem. Second problem was transfer of capital. In AD 1327, Muhammad Tughlaq decided to transfer his capital from Delhi to Devagiri because earlier sultans ruled only on Delhi, but Tughlaqs and Khilji had a large empire. So he decided that Devagiri would be better, and from here he will be center of his empire and will able to manage things. He ordered all his nobles, officials, learned men and many others to shift to the new capital, which was renamed as Daulatabad. So he renamed Devagiri as Daulatabad. In spite of many arrangements, the distance from Delhi to Daulatabad was 1500 kilometers and was too long for people to bear hardship. And then later he realized that this is the wrong decision to shift the capital. He called off his decision and asked the nobles to come back, which created more misery, first going there and then coming back, because modes of transportation was not that advanced in those era. The third decision which he took, and that was a disaster, was token currency. Muhammad bin Tughlaq had lost great deal of his wealth due to bad decisions which he was taking. He decided to introduce token currency in brass and copper. So earlier coins were in gold and silver. He decided that he will launch a new currency which would be of brass or copper in place of gold and silver. He issued the order and people should use and accept those coins just like gold and silver. this experiment also failed. Why? Gold and silver coin disappeared. People were so smart that they kept the gold and silver coins with them and started giving these bronze, brass and copper coin as a tax. And plus these token currency was easily counterfeited. They could be easily made. So the business and the trade came to standstill because of this decision. And the fourth decision which he took, his plans to conquest. Muhammad bin Tughlaq wanted to conquer Persia, or what you call Iran and China. And for about a year he went on making preparation, and he spent a lot of money on maintaining army and other things. And later he gave up this his project, and this gave a heavy strain on treasury because lot of money was lost in all these preparations of army. Next in rule we see Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Firoz Shah Tughlaq reign was a reign of peace. Welfare of people became his primary effort, but he was not that strong ruler or administrator. During his reign, Bengal and Deccan, many rulers declared themselves independent. So he just thought whatever kingdom he has, he should maintain that. So he took efforts to improve cultivation. He reclaimed wasteland and brought it under farming. He repaired old canals, dug new ones. He made a lot of efforts towards irrigation. He reduced taxes so that people can live easily. He was great builder and built towns, schools, mosque, madrasa, hospital, and many things he did. And after Firoz Shah Tughlaq, his successors were not that competent. So that Tughlaq dynasty also ended here. And then came Said dynasty and Lodi dynasty. But here we discussed about some constructions, right? So during this time frame, children, here you can see this is the Alauddin Khilji's campaign. These were the areas, the pink lines which you see is the areas where he attacked. Alauddin Khilji's campaign into South India. These are the areas where he attacked. And this was the earlier Delhi Sultanate area, and later this became like this. And yes, we were talking about construction. Here you can see a picture. So as we discussed, Quwwat-ul-Islam was the first Muslim monument to be made in India. Here you can see the picture of that, the masjid. The Quwwat-ul-Islam mosque and minaret built during the last decade of 12th century. This was the congregational mosque. Congregational mosque means a place where many people come together and offer prayers. Of the first city built by Delhi Sultan, described in the Chronicles of Delhi Khana, the mosque was enlarged by Iltutmish and Alauddin Khilji, and the minar was built by three sultans, Qutbuddin Aibak, Firoz Shah Tughlaq and Iltutmish. Now here, what is masjid? A mosque called as a masjid in Arabic, literally a place where Muslims prostrate in reverence. Prostrate in reverence means to lie down in front of somebody, or it was Allah. The congregational means a place where many people come together. Masjid-e-Jami or Jama Masjid. Muslims read their prayer, and their prayer is called as namaz. Together, members of congregation choose the most respected learned men. So among themselves, the most respected and learned man is considered as imam for the rituals of prayer. He also delivers sermon during Friday prayer. During prayer, Muslims stand facing Makkah. So in prayer time, their position is towards Makkah, and that is west. Makkah lies in west of India. This is called Qibla. Here you can see a picture of Begumpuri Mosque, and this is a Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque. And Delhi Sultanate rulers built many mosques in cities all over the subcontinents. This demonstrates their claims to be protector. So why they used to build all this? In order to show that they are the protectors of Islam and Muslims. Mosque also create the sense of community of believers. So it bring believers together. It is Moti Ki Masjid, and here you can see marks of Jamali. Yes, here this I want to show you this. Officials of Sultan Muhammad Tughlaq. Muhammad Tughlaq was criticized for his decisions. Here you can see how Ziauddin Barani criticized him. Sultan Muhammad Tughlaq appointed Aziz Kumar, a wine distiller, Firoz Hajjam, a barber, Manak-e Tabqa, a cook, and 2 gardeners, Lada and Pira, to high administrative posts. So, in court, high administrative posts were given to wine distiller, barber, cook, and gardeners. Ziauddin Barani, a mid-14th century chronicler, reported their appointment as a sign of Sultan's loss of political judgment. So when king is taking such judgment, that means he has lost all political judgment powers. That's what this describes. Right, children? That's all for today, and in tomorrow's lecture we'll see the administration, how Khaljis and Tughlaqs consolidated their power. Thank you.